Hello, good evening. Welcome to all of you. Today, me Brahman Adhikari is presenting the English lesson from Grade 10 NEB new course, and this is Unit 4, and the topic is work and leisure. Today, we have a very interesting lesson, and the lesson is cabbage white. This picture also represents the butterfly. What butterfly is there? It looks so beautiful, but sometimes it creates problem. And let's talk about the cabbage white. In this short story, informative story, there are two major characters, Sarah and Jamie. They stood on their tiptoe and gave the card from their school to the tall man behind the counter of a farm. The man frowned and made a face. So you are looking for some work? And who are you? I am Sarah. I am 12. This is my brother Jamie. He is 11. Shouldn't you be at school? We are on holiday and would like to earn some money and support our parents. The man lifted his hat and scratched his head. Working in the farm is a quite tough job for kids like you. I need somebody big and strong to work here, the man said. Now here we can see the cabbage field. The field is full of cabbage. Where it means rich cabbages here. There must be some work for us in this big farm. Could you please find one? Sarah pleaded. Pleaded means here requested. And right, let's see. Do you know what a cabbage white is? The man asked. Yes, it's a beautiful white butterfly that lays its eggs on cabbages, and those eggs change into caterpillars, answered Sarah. And do you know what the caterpillars do? They eat the cabbage leaves, shouted Jamie. Aren't you afraid of caterpillars? Asked the man. Not at all, retorted Sarah. All right, so I think I have a job for you, the man said. Oh, thank you very much. And what is the work? They said. I want you to check every single cabbage in the garden and eliminate all the caterpillars. It means remove. Eliminate means remove, replied the man. Hey, how? Wondered Jamie. You pick them off and collect them. Is it all right if we collect them in one of these pails? All right. How much will you pay us? Sarah asked. Let me see how you get on first. If I am happy with your work, I shall not disappoint you with the pay. I shall be in the greenhouse. Get started and I shall see you later, the man said to the two kids. Here we can see caterpillar damaging the cabbage. The leaf is not complete. The leaf is damaged by the caterpillars. Now, shortly, armed with a pail each, the children approached the cabbage patch. It was so enormous. There must be 1,000,000 cabbages here, Jamie said. At least, Sarah said, And if there are 10 caterpillars on each cabbage, that makes there a billion caterpillars. Sarah stood open mouthed. She had no word to speak. The job looked really tough. Jamie wondered about her arithmetic, but knew better than to dispute. They started on the first row of cabbages. It was really a hideous job. They started on the first row of cabbages. It was really a hideous job. The caterpillars wriggled as they were picked up. It took the two children ages to finish the first row, and already they couldn't see the bottom of their buckets for caterpillars. And all around them, the air was filled with cabbage, white butterflies. The insects seemed to be mocking them, means teasing them. They seemed to be saying, "We don't care if you kill our caterpillars. We can lay millions of eggs." Sarah and Jamie were now very disappointed. Now we can see white butterflies, cabbage moth. Sarah struck out a butterfly. She missed, of course. She watched it fly gaily away. Then she had an idea, as brilliant in its way as Einstein coming up with E is equal to mc square. Jamie, caterpillars come from eggs, right? He nodded at her remarks. And where do eggs come from? She inquired further. The butterflies lay them, right? So, she reasoned, if we get rid of the butterflies, there won't be any more eggs or caterpillars, right? Jamie agreed. So, why don't we get rid of the butterflies? How? He asked. Nearby, there were bees climbing up bamboo poles. Sarah removed 2 poles. 2 bean plants died. She handed one of the poles to Jamie and then rushed into the cabbage patch, swinging her pole round and round, trying to hit the butterflies. This seemed to Jamie like a good game, so he followed her. It is not easy to hit flying butterflies, but it is not difficult to hit them when they settle on cabbages. Soon the ground was covered with dead butterflies. Sarah and Jamie fought on until they were completely exhausted, means tired. Then they stood back to admire their work. There were hardly any butterflies left. There were hardly any cabbages left either. It is difficult to hit a butterfly on a cabbage without hitting the cabbage too. The cabbage patch looked like a battlefield. Not a cabbage was left standing. The children looked at each other. Without a word, they put down the bamboo poles and tiptoed out of the garden. It means ran away from the garden. He knows our names, Jamie said, but he does not know where we live, Sarah said. Thank goodness, they both said. This short piece of lesson is adapted from Happy Days and Short Stories by Jack Alsop. Now, we have glossary. Tiptoe means walking quietly on the balls of one's feet without the heels touching the ground. Now, second word is frowned. Furrowed one's eyebrows in an expression of disapproval, displeasure, or concentration. Tough, strong and durable, difficult to cut, break, or chew. Pleaded, make an emotional appeal, make a sincere and earnest request. Eliminate, remove or get rid of completely, to exclude. Greenhouse, a building with glass walls and roof used for growing plants that need warmth and protection. Open mouth, with one's mouth wide open, in amazement or surprise. Dispute, an argument or disagreement between two or more people. Hideous, ugly or disgusting to look at, extremely unpleasant. Regaled, move in a twisting or contorted motion, make small twisting movements. Gaily, in a joyful or cheerful manner. Exhausted, extremely tired or fatigued. Admire, regard with respect, approval, and pleasure to praise or appreciate. Now we have matched the following. I'm going to present the answer directly. To laugh at somebody in an unkind way, that is mock. Very unpleasant means hideous. To twist and turn body or part of it with quickly short movements, that is regal, matched with 8 number regal. In a cheerful way, that is gaily. Very surprised or shocked is matched with 3 number open mouth. To ask for something in a serious and emotional way is matched with number 2 plead. To make a facial expression indicating disapproval is matched with number 1 frown. To argue or disagree strongly with somebody is matched with number 4 disputes. Now we have the word tiptoe refers to the way of walking with one's heels off the ground in order to make them taller or to move very quietly. Consult a dictionary and find the meanings of the following words related to walking. Words are sneak, stroll, lurch, stagger, stride, stumble. Now the word is matched with the meaning. Sneak means to move in a stealthy or quiet manner, especially to avoid being noticed or heard. Stroll means to walk in a leisurely way, often for pleasure or exercise. Lurch, to walk unsteadily or staggeringly as if about to fall. Stagger, to walk unsteadily or move from side to side as if about to fall, usually due to being unbalanced or intoxicated. Stride, to walk with long steps in a confident or purposeful manner. Now the last one is stumble, to trip or lose one's balance while walking, often due to an obstacle or uneven surface. Now we have answered these questions. Some of the questions are there, and I am going to present the answer of the questions. Why do you think the man frowned his face when Sarah and Jamie gave him their school card? The man might have frowned his face when Sarah and Jamie gave him their school card because he thought that they were too young to work and should be studying in school instead. Now the question number 2. Why were Sarah and Jamie looking for a job instead of going to school? Sarah and Jamie were looking for a job instead of going to school because their family was facing financial difficulties and they needed to earn money to support themselves. Now we have the further questions. Why was the man ready to give them work in his farm? The man was ready to give them work in his farm because he needed help with his farm work, and Sarah and Jamie were willing to work hard. What work were they supposed to do at the man's farm? Sarah and Jamie were supposed to pick the caterpillars of the cabbages in the man's farm. Question number D. Were there really a million or billion caterpillars in the cabbage field? If not, what do Sarah and Jamie mean by a million or billion caterpillars? Answer is, there were not really a million or billion caterpillars in the cabbage field. Sarah and Jamie exaggerated the number of emphasize the enormity of the task and the difficulty of the work. F. What were Sarah and Jamie disparate about? Sarah and Jamie were disparate about they were finding the job of eliminating caterpillars from the cabbage field to be very tough and time consuming. What was Sarah's brilliant idea? Sarah's brilliant idea was to get rid of the cabbage white butterflies that laid eggs on the cabbages, which then turned into caterpillars. Were the children happy with their work? Give reasons for your answer. No, the children were not happy with their work. They found the job of picking caterpillars of the cabbage to be difficult and unpleasant. Additionally, they became frustrated with the number of butterflies and caterpillars, which led them to try to get rid of the butterflies by swinging bamboo poles at them. The end result was a destroyed cabbage patch and exhausted children. Now we have further questions. Why did they run away from the farm secretly? Sarah and Jamie. The children ran away from the farm secretly because they destroyed all the cabbages while trying to kill the butterflies, and they were afraid that the man would be angry with them and he would punish them instead of paying. Read the story and write true for true statements and false for false ones. If the information is not given in the text, write not given. Number A. Sarah and Jamie's parents were unable to work to support the family. The statement is not given in the story. B. Sarah and Jamie have never been to school. False. C. The man decides to pay them upon the completion of their work. True. D. Sarah and Jamie had not expected to find so many caterpillars in the cabbage field. Not given. Sarah's idea finally worked to finish up their job. True. They were caught by the farm owner while running away. It is totally false statement. About the story, Cabbage Wife. Setting up the story. The story takes place in a farm where Sarah and Jamie go in search of work during their holiday. The setting includes the farm's counter where they first approach the tall man to ask for work, and the large cabbage patch where they eventually end up working. The cabbage patch is described as enormous with rows and rows of cabbages, and there are many cabbage white butterflies flying around. The children spend most of their time in the cabbage patch picking off the caterpillars from the cabbages and later trying to get rid of the butterflies. There is also a greenhouse where the man behind the counter goes while the children are working. Overall, the setting is rural and agricultural with a focus on the farm and its produce. Now further characters now. Sarah, a 12-year-old girl who is on holiday with her younger brother Jamie. She is determined to find work to support her parents and is not afraid of caterpillars. Jamie, Sarah's younger brother who is 11 years old. He accompanies Sarah on her job-seeking mission and joins her in the cabbage picking job. The tall man behind the counter of the farm. Third character, the man who Sarah and Jamie approach in search of work. He is initially hesitant to give them a job because he believes that the job of picking cabbages and eliminating caterpillars is too tough for children. However, he eventually means finally gives them the job after Sarah assures him that they are not afraid of caterpillars. Cabbage white, a white butterfly that lays its eggs on cabbages. Its eggs eventually finally turn into caterpillars that eat the cabbage leaves. The man behind the counter of the farm assigns Sarah and Jamie the job of picking up the caterpillars from the cabbages. Now we have read the story below and tell what the underlined words are used for. Here underlined words are could. Could means here could is used for expressing ability. The second underlined word in the story is might. Might is here used as it is used for expressing possibility. Third underlined word is should. Should is used for expressing suggestion here in the story. The fourth one is wouldn't. Wouldn't is used for expressing a negative conditional. And the next one is may. May is used for expressing possibility. Another one is the must. Must is used for expressing obligation. And the last is had to. Had to is used for expressing past obligation in the story, given story. Now we have some of the exercise. Complete the sentences below with the correct words given below. In the first, this can't be a false quote. It is too small for him. Can't is possible here. Answer is there can't. The second is could. Could you please tell me the way to the airport? The third one is for say would. Would you like to stay with us at the weekend? Now the fourth one is do you know where Jack is? He might be in his office. The sky is overcast. It may rain in the afternoon. Sanam has been working in the field all day. She must be tired. The film is really wonderful. You should see it at least once. Now we have further exercise. C is here. We have done B. Now C is continued here. Complete the sentences below with must or can't in the blank space. The man is looking around. He must be lost. Second is he can't be a doctor. He has not studied medicine. Susmita failed the test, although she is a smart student. She can't have prepared well this time. The restaurant always serves really good food. They must have employed excellent chefs. In a word, there must be something wrong with the fan. It is making an unusual sound. This can't be Suman's book. There is a stamp of the library on it. Now the last one is he must have had hard times. He has lost his job and has to support his elderly parents. And now we have writing. The following text is a job application letter for the post of school secretary, but some sentences are written in wrong order. Put them in the correct order and rewrite the application. Answer is now Lan 6 Sira 28 June. The principal Lan Mary Children Secondary School Lan 6 Sira. Subject job application for the position of school secretary. Dear sir, I am writing to apply for the position of school secretary that was recently advertised on the Lahan Post. I am a young girl of 20. I possess all the skills and qualifications that you are looking for. After my SLC, I worked as an office secretary for a year at Adhikari Company Limited. Moreover, I possess good skills of handling a wide range of tasks at the institution. As an experienced secretary, I have a proven record of successfully managing the administrative and secretarial duties. I also possess sound skills of spoken and written English besides the Nepali language. I have enclosed the copies of my relevant credentials required for the position. I have a keen interest to work with students and support their academics. If I am appointed as the secretary in your school, I will provide excellent customer service. I look forward to working with your team. I am confident that I can be a valuable asset to your school. Sincerely, Sanjana Adhikari. Read the following advertisement carefully and write a letter of job application for the advertised post. Consider yourself to be eligible for the post you want to apply. Vacancy announcement. A well-established and progressive electronics and home appliances company requires motivated and skilled professional for the post of marketing manager, marketing executive and accountant. Location Kathmandu. Number of vacancies 3. Salary negotiable. Requirements: bachelor's degree in management from recognized university, minimum 2 years of experience in related field, that is accounting and financial reporting and tax and VAT system for accountant, sales and marketing planning, projection report and reporting, should have computer literacy in Words, Excel and other management software with commanding in English and Nepali language. Two-wheeler driving license will be an added advantage for the candidate. Applying procedure: curriculum vitae CV to info@kimatsu.com.np. Scan copy of citizenship. Deadline 15th April 2020. Only shortlisted candidates will be contacted for interview. The decision of company will be final. Now we have the answer of the above advertisement. To the manager, Sanju Electronics and Home Appliances, Kathmandu. Subject: an application for the vacant post of accountant. Respected sir, I put forward this piece of a written application in your table, especially to apply for the vacant post of accountant in your company. I came to know about this vacant post from Kathmandu Post, a daily newspaper in Nepal. I have attached all the required academic as well as other documents, photocopies for this vacant post along with this handwritten application. I am an energetic and qualified guy of 28 years old. I have passed the bachelor level with a good percentage from the reputed university TU. In the matter of language, I am quite fluent in both English and Nepali languages. I have even 5 years of working experience as an accountant in the SB company of Lahan. I possess a certificate of basic computer and a driving license. I think I am the right candidate for this post. If I get the chance to work as an accountant in your company, I won't let you a chance of complaint. I will try my best for the development of this company. Looking forward to your kind response. Yours sincerely, Ayush Adhikari. Thank you very much for watching this video and this informative lesson. All the students as well as the teachers of the great team who is reading and teaching can get the benefits or supportive materials from this video. Have a nice day. May God bless you. Thank you very much. And I finally request you all to subscribe my channel, and just it means like, so that, and also put some informations, your comments, so that I can make further changes. Or this is the initial phase, so there may be some problems in the lesson, and if your comment will be there, your comments will be very fruitful for me to bring some changes. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. May God bless.